Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel, and if this is your first time, welcome. I'm Bonnie, Old Soul Mermaid, and this is my tarot channel where we do unboxings, we take a look at deck collecting, we do reviews, and we discuss tarot topics like the one we're going to discuss today. And so I would like to say I'm a very small channel. If you find any value to this video, please hit a like and subscribe. It would be greatly appreciated. So this video, this tarot topic, I got inspired by a video done recently by Katey Flowers. Many of you probably have subscribed to her channel, or if not, you should. She's a great voice in the tarot community if you're not familiar with her. But she recently did a video commemorating her 20K, subscribers on her channel, which is a big milestone for a tarot channel. Yeah. Woohoo! So she did a Q&A to commemorate where I think she asked on her Instagram, or I don't know if it was on her YouTube channel, for people to ask questions and she would answer them. And there was one question, I mean, the whole video is wonderful, and if I can, I'll try to link the video below. The whole video is wonderful, lots of great questions, but there was one that stuck with me. And I'm not going to say the name, but it was one of her, and I'm sorry if I'm looking down right now because I took a screenshot of the question. But basically, and I'm going to try to paraphrase, this person asked Katey, do you believe those who are not able to squeeze new tarot decks in their budget have less of a chance to become good tarot readers? Sometimes I feel like tarot is a luxury that only some people can afford because of all those new and beautiful decks, which are expensive. And I'm gonna go down, and she goes into saying how she watched on another channel how another well-known YouTuber said that, you know, for a long time she only worked with the RWS for a long time, but then this person asking the question, on the other hand, the possibility to work with many artwork styles is such a blessing. Do you have any thoughts on the topic? So this kind of hit me hard because this person is, you know, she's thinking that she can't be a good tarot reader. Maybe that's what, if I'm reading the question correctly, it almost like insinuates that she can't be a good reader because she can't afford all the decks, or that only good tarot readers have all the wonderful decks, and the only way you can become a good tarot reader is if you can read with a wide variety of decks. And that kind of hit me hard, because I feel really bad. I started this channel because of my love for tarot, and I haven't been at it, you know, for many years like many people on YouTube and Instagram have. But I started the channel just because I was very excited about, you know, the things I found and discovering decks and discovering tarot reading. And one of the things that helped me a lot in deciding which decks to purchase, sorry, that's my dog, was tarot channels, you know, that did walkthroughs, did unboxings and reviews, so I could make wise economic decisions on which decks I was going to purchase or not purchase. And many channels helped me with that. And I've said before, because of those channels, there have been very few duds, and basically only one in particular. And I'll do another video about that deck some other time. But for the most part, I wanted to start this channel. I wanted to try with my limited equipment. I'm just using my phone and sometimes a ring light. That's all I have. I'm not doing this fancy editing on a computer or anything, but what I did buy also was a little overhead, little crane type thing to that my camera could go in and my phone could go in, so that you could get the best possible views for making your purchasing decisions. And I try to film, in during the day when the daylight is the best, and if it's not, I'll take out my ring light so you can see the colors and try to get the best view possible. And I try not to go, my videos are kind of long because I want to try to give you enough time to look at the cards instead of just flipping through them too quickly. I want you to get a good feel of the cards, and sometimes you think you're going to vibe with something that you're seeing on camera, and then it's a different story once you purchase and you have it in your hands. And that's going to happen, but I know for myself it hasn't happened that much, where I've seen a video that I connected to, that I've bought it, and then once I got it, it's like been a dud. So that was the main purpose for this channel, but at the same time, I am started veering into discussing and other topics and getting on camera, because I don't want this channel to be that's all there is to it. And I certainly don't want to create FOMO or make anybody feel bad about not having unlimited funds to buy tarot decks, because I certainly don't. I don't buy every single deck that I want, and there's choices that I have to make, and it seems like we are being inundated on Amazon, those decks available on the mass market, or on Kickstarter, the indie decks, or on Etsy. There are so many wonderful decks out there. Creators are just going crazy. They're being inspired, and it's a double-edged sword. It's so wonderful that there's so many choices to appeal to all of us who are so diverse and have different tastes, but at the same time, so many decks, so little fun. And especially at this time of economic hardship for so many people, I really don't want to contribute to FOMO, and I'm kind of wrestling with this, and I'm kind of conflicted. So I would really, really like your input, how you view these channels. Do you find them useful? Do you find these types of channels and videos useful? Unboxings, do they help you with your buying decisions, or do you leave them just feeling bad because you can't get a certain deck that you want at a certain time? Now, there's plenty of decks that I've in the relatively short time that I've discovered tarot, there's been decks, I've seen videos that by the time I'm aware of them, they're no longer available, or they're still kind of available. You can find them on eBay, but they're at exorbitant prices. So that happens, I can't buy everything that I want. And I know maybe there are some people with maybe a student income, or maybe you're a single mother, or you've lost your job, or your hours have been cut, or whatever. You haven't been able to purchase all the lovely decks that are out there. And I'm here to tell you, it's the same with me. I can purchase, a few decks every month, but I certainly, do not have unlimited funds, like I've told you before. I have other hobbies, so I have to rein it in and make choices of, what's going to be purchased in a month. So yeah, it's kind of conflicting, and I really don't want to make anybody feel bad about not being able to get a lot of decks. And as far as being a good tarot reader by having a lot of decks. That's not what makes you a good tarot reader at all. So many people, you know, have read with just like the RWS and they stick with that and maybe have one or two other decks just for diversity. I know a reader on Instagram who, like on her community readings, she uses just the Morgan Greer tarot deck for those readings. It's an older deck. It's a great deck. It's definitely not fancy by today's standards, and it's easily available and accessible, and her readings are wonderful. So the amount of decks does not make you a good tarot reader. Yes, reading with different types of decks is nice, and you know, it can add to the experience, but I think you can certainly study, you can practice with just a couple of decks. And I feel very, very strongly about that. I think what it comes down to, as far as what we're all seeing with the deck collecting channels and the unboxing channels and videos and the things on Instagram, is just many of us, and I think just the human race on a whole, I mean, we're creative. Some of us have different creative talents, but we are all attracted to beauty and to some extent art. And tarot decks are art, and we are attracted to the images, and we are attracted to colors, or we're attracted to that symbology. And that's what, you know, fuels the fire for wanting to get this deck or another deck or this deck. And I know that's how it is for me. Not necessarily because I think a deck, obtaining this deck or that deck, is going to make me a better reader. It's not. It's studying, it's self-reflection, it's practicing reading on other people that is going to make me a stronger reader. So it's definitely not the amount of decks. Just before I started filming this video, I got a notification, I got a comment on an older video I did way back then, and it was on the Kathy Nichols decks. And there's two of them, and I think on Etsy you can buy the bundle, you know, the two decks for a few bucks off. And this person was commenting that they couldn't get the bundle, but they were glad that they saw my videos on the two decks, that they can make a choice, that the funds were low right now, but they wanted to let a little bit of beauty in their life that was needed. And because of my video, they were able to make a choice, and they were happy with being able to see the two decks. So that made me feel really, really good, and that is the intention of this channel. When I do a deck review or an unboxing or whatnot, and it's definitely not to make anybody feel bad. And I would say I'm a small channel, and it makes me happy to get a subscriber that I think that somebody is maybe connecting with me in some way. But if my channel or any other channel is triggering you, or makes you feel less than, or makes you feel bad in your time of hardship, please don't watch. Don't watch and don't participate in anything that's going to make you feel bad about yourself or less than, because you think you can't measure up, or you think you can't keep up with the deck collecting, or whatever it is. Or even if you watch beauty bloggers and you can't have all the, you know, the in makeup or whatever, don't watch. until you can get yourself in a good place. And sorry, I don't script my videos if this comes off a little rambly, but I think I'm trying to stay on message. So yes, I don't want anybody to feel bad. And I would really like to hear in the comments below what you think. And be honest. I'm not going to take offense as long as your comments are honest and respectful. I'm not into bashing anybody, and I hope you don't bash me, though I am receptive to honest criticism. So, and if you need to call me out on anything that I say that is hurtful, or it's never, and if I do that, and I am going to screw up sometimes, call me out on it respectfully, and because it's not my intention, and I think I've said this before, to make anybody feel bad. So, with all that said, one thing, going totally off topic, just a little high note, I did finish my little jumpsuit that I mentioned in another video. I think in my August favorites video, I was planning on making this little jumpsuit, and I am going to try to insert a picture right here. So I did complete it. There were some problems with the straps, but it all turned out really well in the end. And so it's like secret pajamas. Now I have something to wear around the house that isn't like my PJs during the week. Because like I said, I've told you in another video, I don't really go out until the weekend. Do a little driving around, pick up some takeout. Sometimes I'll pick up a curbside order from a craft store, Joann's or a Michael. So yeah, during the week I really don't get out very much. So, well, that's it. And please leave a comment below. I appreciate every single one of my subscribers, and I'm waiting to hit a milestone, and I have a couple of little giveaways in mind, because I do appreciate you all, and I hope that things on a whole gets better for everybody who's hurting, everybody who's struggling. There's nobody that's getting away perfectly out of what's going on in the world right now. It's affecting everybody, some to a lesser or greater extent, and let's just give each other all a big virtual hug. So I'm giving you all a big virtual hug, and I will gladly receive some. And until next time, I'll be back really soon. Wishing you the best of days. Bye for now.